Hello, today I have the lovely Jim Odie with me, who's taken over our page today. Hiya, Jim. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you, Donna. Yeah, so I'm Jim Odie and I write predominantly, I guess, either psychological thrillers with a twist, dark mysteries, young adult, or horror. Whole mix, really. So I've written, I think it's 17 books now, putting the final touch to my 18th. Um, uh, that's about it, really. Looking forward to come to Stoke. Should be a really great event. So, yeah, that's it.
Did you always know that you wanted to write?
Yeah, I think so. Really, from an early age, I've really enjoyed it. I've always read, so I think with a lot of things in life, if I enjoy something, I always want to have a go at it myself. Most of the times, it doesn't work out right, but that's how you kind of get through life, isn't it? Is having a go at things and then marking them off when you find you're absolutely useless at them. But nevertheless, I've stuck with writing, whether I'm good at it or not, and I just keep writing them and releasing them, and it's up to whether people actually will buy them. Um, I have a bit of a stubborn mentality of just continuing on, whether or not. So yeah.
Well, you must be doing something right because they sell and they're good, so it's fine.
Thank you.
What made you finally take the plunge and actually start writing?
I suppose I've always written stuff and had it on the computer. So you know, and I guess then I was involved in doing the interviews, so band interviews, band reviews, and so kind of having that feedback of my reviews, which I always tried to not be run of the mill. I wanted them to be slightly different, so I added more of a kind of creative quirkiness to them. People seem to enjoy those, and that was quite fulfilling for a little while, because you get that quite quickly. You get a band, you write the review, and it's published within days. Whereas when you're writing a book, it's a whole completely different kind of kettle of fish, because you have to sit with the idea, you're writing it, you're thinking about things, you're tweaking, changing, then you've got the whole editing process, and the whole thing goes on for months and months, really. And it, almost to the point of which is what a lot of people say, you need to get to the point of being absolutely sick and tired of your book, because you've read it that many times, it inside out. And that's pretty much what it is. It's a long process, but hopefully you have something which is good at the end of that. So yeah, I just made that transition. I thought it'd been bubbling away, my first book. It had changed titles a number of times. The whole story had completely changed as well. And then eventually, I think it was end of 2015, I finally released my first book. I wrote my first ever book really in about 1998, but never bothered getting it published. Another one I wrote in 2000 as well, and never bothered getting that published. So I guess I'd been in that mindset of sitting down in front of a computer, albeit a lot bigger than what we have today, which is to take up any spare room somewhere along the line. And yeah, just working away. So it wasn't a massive transition to go from actually trying to write something and trying to release something. Obviously, the way Amazon came into the world, whatever our feelings towards a large corporation like that, it certainly helped an author like myself, because it just gives you that platform that is so accessible, and helps you reach out to many people in many different countries. You're no longer just looking locally, it's you're suddenly hitting worldwide straight away. So yeah, it just made it so much easier.
If you were to take one of your characters out for a meal, who would you choose and what would you ask them?
It's an interesting one. Often my as you know, my characters are quite quirky. I mean, I suppose I'd have to take Jez, wouldn't I? Because he's just a bit of a laugh, and that would just purely just so that I could just have an absolute laugh, and probably just keep winding him up, to be honest. Asking him anything would be just anything embarrassing, and you know, I'd only have to say the odd thing and he'd go off on one, and it would just be hilarious. Although I'm not sure whether I'd want to sit at the same table as him, so maybe we'd have two separate tables, and I just keep you know, shouting things back to him, and then just watch him car crash his way through the whole of the meal. I think that would probably be it.
If you were to be picked up and placed as a character into any of your books, which would you choose?
Yeah, so another interesting one, because a lot of the worlds are completely away from or whatever I'm used to, and for good reason, because that's, you know, that's what you do. You know, it's that kind of the escapism. I don't know. There's a lot of worlds, and I'm not sure how many of them I want to be in, to be honest.
Not much chance of survival in most of them.
No, I mean, you know, Mystery Island sounds good to a point because that's in Hawaii, so nice tropical area. But I'm not sure I'd want to go on to the actual islands that the book's based. I'm not sure I'd last very long. I don't know. I mean, the Crazy Season is quite a good one. I quite, you know, would like to be involved in that, I guess, because that's, you know, investigating the unexplained. And so I think along the lines of, you know, kind of storylines and, you know, the actual plots, I think those would be the most interesting. So yeah, let's go with that one for now. It would change tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. That would be my choice, probably, I think.
Excellent.
Just because I'd feel safest, maybe. I just want to be friends with Melody, that's all it is.
That's it. Do yoga together.
Yeah, maybe. She could teach me, I wouldn't have a clue. Is there anyone you're particularly looking forward to meeting or catching up with at Tales on Trent?
Loads of people, really. You know, all the people that I kind of know from being online. Obviously, seeing Matt again. So I met up with Matt a few months back when I came to Stoke. Meeting Claire and all the people from, you know, the kind of Tales on Tuesday. That'll be really good. You know, obviously yourself and all the other people that I've connected with. Question Mark Press. Like Cheryl as well, you know, just all these other people really that I know, whether it's because I've interacted a lot with them or just kind of names to faces that you know, it's now just nice to kind of meet in person. And there's so many people, it should be really good.
Yeah, it should be. I think there's some people that you don't necessarily know that you'll get on with as well, some other nutcases. And troublemakers. Not saying you're a troublemaker, but yeah.
Well, can be.
You and Matt together is a worrying prospect.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Us together in a church selling books was the greatest idea, but we did get through that. Okay, so we got through that, and we were put on the altar as well. So I figure that's a good sign.
Yeah. Maybe. But this isn't a church, perhaps less sort of I have to behave because I'm in a church.
I think there is a bit of that. Yeah, Matt was very polite, and I'm not sure as the day goes on, either of us will remain that way.
Matt is very polite. He's always polite.
Very true.
Well, I don't have any more questions for you, so I shall let you get back to your post in the group and look forward to meeting you in there.
Lovely, no problem. See you then.